Hi guys, this is Lauren from Fitness Together Cherry Creek. I'm going to show you some simple foam roller exercises to help you correct your spine there. A lot of us have jobs where we're sitting at the desk all day, usually tend to have bad posture, get real tight hip flexors and real tight in the shoulders. So I'm going to show you a few things to help correct that. One thing we're going to start with, putting the foam roller flat on the ground, and I'm going to lay my body along the foam roller so that my spine is straight up and down on there. I want to have my hips all the way at one end so there's enough room for my head to lay flat on the other end. So you can see I'm all the way flat across here, and I'm actually squeezing my abs a little bit to make sure that my lower back is all the way flat along there. So one thing I'm going to start with here is we call snow angels. I'm going to have my fingertips pretty much grazing across the ground here, head flat down, and I'm taking my hands all the way from the top of my head down to the hips, similar to jumping jacks. Up and down. We're going to do this about 10 times. You're going to feel a slight pinch of the shoulder blades around the foam roller. That's a good thing. That means that your scapulars are closing on there. That's going to help relieve some of the pull from the front side of the chest and help straighten you back out. The next one from there, we're going to be in the same position, and we're going to make our arms like a field goal post. Again, the same thing. We're going to go about 10 times, head flat down, abs squeeze a little bit so our lower back is flat. And we're going up and down. Now this time our hands aren't touching the ground. You let your arms just kind of hang down as far as they'll go and keep them in that same position. Up and down from over the head and elbows down to the chest. Again, we're going to do this one about 10 times also. Next, again that same position, elbows up on that field goal post. We're going to hang and try to push our elbows down to the ground as best we can. I'm a little tight in my chest. We did push yesterday, so this is really feeling good on me right now, stretching this out. You're going to do and hold that about 5-6 seconds. Break, relax it, and then do it again about 5 times. Shouldn't take any more than 30 seconds. Next, that same position, while just letting the arms hang, we're going to roll from side to side, pushing on the insides of the shoulder blades. We're just going to go from side to side about 10 times, 5 to each side. Just feel a nice stretch on the inside of the arm here. Alright, once we've gotten through those, we're going to sit up and we're going to turn the foam roller sideways now so it's perpendicular to our back. I'm going to start with the foam roller on the bottom of my shoulder blades and raise my hips up off the ground. Hands can they can sit on your head, they can hang to the side, anywhere you like them there is comfortable. And I'm just going to slowly roll up and down the length of my back. As my upper body and my shoulders go past the foam roller, I'm going to kind of let them fall a little bit and let gravity do the work and adjust on my spine there. You can see I rolled all the way down to my hips and then all the way back up to my shoulder blades. We'll roll up and down about 6-7 times or until you just feel good and loose. And that'll do it for the upper body there. Do those and be feeling pretty good as far as your upper body posture goes. Hi, this is Lauren from Fitness Together Cherry Creek, here to show you a couple more exercises with the foam roller. A lot of us again have desk jobs where we get real tight in our legs from being in a bent over position, sitting in our desk chairs, bad posture, and really get sedentary and the muscles get nice and tight in there. We want to try to help alleviate some of that stress. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple stretches to help break that up and get us back good standing posture. One we'll start off with, without using the foam roller, this one is an elbow to instep lunge. So what I'm going to do is go into a regular lunge, and I'm going to take the elbow of my front leg and try to push it down to the instep of that foot. Key things to watch here is that this leg, I try to keep it as straight as possible. I don't let the foot fall and sag down, And keep the heel right up towards the sky. And keep this knee over that front foot's heel. And I'm just going to push down with this elbow and try to reach as much as I can. You'll feel a nice stretch in this front hamstring and right along the front of this hip flexor here on that right leg. You want to try to hold this for about 20-30 seconds. Get a nice good deep stretch in there again, not letting that knee sag down and not letting that foot hang over. Then we'll go to the other leg. Again, as you can see, my knee is over my heel. This back heel is to the sky, back leg straight. Balancing with that front hand here and taking this elbow, trying to reach for the instep of that front foot. Again, I want to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. After we've done that one, we're going to introduce the foam roller here now and work through our hip capsule and a little bit of our hamstring and glutes here. First one we're going to show is for our IT band, which is a band that comes across the side of the leg here. We're going to work on that by rolling it out on this foam roller here. What I'm going to do is, sitting sideways, starting right on the point of my hip on the foam roller, I'm going to take my top leg on top of the bottom one, foot flat on the ground. The leg that's in contact with the foam roller, I want to straighten it out, heel flexed, so that my foot is not touching the ground. From this position, I'm going to use my hands to slowly guide myself up the foam roller and roll all the way through. I want to go from all the way from my hip down to my knee. If you're really tight in there, you'll really find some pressure points that you'll want to roll out and focus on. I guarantee you'll feel a lot of alleviated pain there. Say you roll about 10, 12 times. Really put pressure, I said, on those tight spots where you might feel a little bit extra pressure, little knots in there. I guarantee if you haven't stretched this out much, you will feel it. You might feel a little pain. It's okay, just push through it. Again, we want to go about 10 to 12 on each side of there. The next one we'll do on the foam roller is a glute roll. So what I'm going to do is both feet sitting flat on the ground in front of me, butt down on the roller. I'm going to take one leg, cross on top of the other, and I'm going to roll my weight onto that crossed hip. Again, you'll feel a little pressure on that glute there and that hip. That's fine, that's the foam roller doing its work. And I'm slowly just going to roll up and down from the front of it to the back of the hip. Leaning right on that hip. You should feel a little pressure there. That's the roller doing its job, moving that muscle around. So you can see I'm supported with this back arm and that front foot. And again, I'm going to roll about 10 to 12 times, letting the roller do its work. Last one I'm going to show you here is going to be for our hip flexors up in the front now. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use half this foam roller. If you have a smaller one, that works just fine. We don't need the whole thing for this. So again, I'm going to move to one side of it, and I'm actually going to lay flat on top so that the foam roller is right underneath my front of my hip there, just under the one leg. I'm going to support myself with the offside, elbow and leg, so I'm all the way off the ground, and there's actually pressure on the front of that hip. And again, I'm just going to roll up and down the length of the hip there. Hip pretty much halfway down the leg, almost to the knee. And if you want to get a little more extra to it, if you can see on this side, I'm actually going to bend this knee in to help me get a little more weight put on that leg that's on the foam roller. Again, we're going to do this about 10 to 12 times. You really feel that one on the front of the hip, top of the quad area there. Really help push that out. Do a few of those stretches together. That whole hip capsule, lower back area should be feeling a lot looser, a lot better. Help you stand up straight, alleviate some of that back pressure you might have from that desk job. Hope that was helpful. We'll see you later.